Hey guys, it's Eric Dempsey with Dempsey's Resolution Fitness at dempseysresolution.com, and I'm here to give you a quick video on the 5 things you need to know about intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting, man, what is it, right? And that's the first thing we're going to talk about. What the heck is it? What is intermittent fasting? So a little background on that with me. About 10 years ago, I started hearing about intermittent fasting, and I've been involved in fitness, nutrition, martial arts, and training people and all those different kind of things for about 35 years now. And then, about 10 years ago, I started hearing about this intermittent fasting stuff, and I really wasn't spun up on it. I didn't know anything about it. I was always old school, you got to eat 6 times a day, 6 to 8 times a day, every 3 hours, or you lose muscle, right? You get, energy will crash and all these bad things will happen. The typical old school bodybuilder stuff, which works, but everything has its pros and cons. So anyway, but that's kind of how I rolled, the increased metabolism and get to eat every 3 hours with your macronutrient ratio, and so this intermittent fasting didn't make any sense because it violates all of that, old school stuff. So I was like, what the heck is it? So I tried it about around 2012. I actually, started getting some books on intermittent fasting. I got some different programs, and I tried it, and I tried it for about a month. I just went, boom, I'm going to do it. And I did it, and I was like really shocked because I did it to disprove it, right? And I did it, and I had really pretty amazing results. Lost a lot of body fat, got lean, maintained lean muscle. And a lot of great things happened. And I was really, energy levels were up, workouts were fine, and I was eating like a mad dog, right? So, what is intermittent fasting? What the heck is it? And that's my first thing I got for you on the 5 things you need to know. First thing, obviously, what is it? So, intermittent fasting is nothing more than an organized protocol of a feeding window and a fasting window. And you're already kind of doing that anyway, right? Because, you eat during a certain time of day, and then you don't eat during a certain time of day. Like, everybody fasts when they go to sleep, during your sleep window. And most of the day when you're at work, you're not eating, right? And a lot of people are busy. And what's one of the big problems with dieting and weight loss and all this stuff? I don't have time. I'm busy. I don't have time to work out. I don't have time to eat. You get up in the morning, you run out the door, you might get a cup of coffee, you might get a bite to eat, and it's probably some crap. And then, man, you're on the go, right? You got to take the kids to school, you got to go to work, you got to go to school, you got to do, run errands, you got stuff going on. And what happened? You didn't eat nothing. You might have got coffee if you were lucky, right? So most people are actually doing some type of intermittent fasting already. They're just doing it wrong, right? Because in the end state, you got to have some discipline, accountability, and structure to a program to make sure that you're getting the right stuff. So intermittent fasting is nothing more than an organized, structured feeding protocol where you eat during this time of the day and then you fast during the rest of the time of the day. And there's all different ways to do it, okay? So the next thing on my list, the 5 things you need to know, well, fasting, that means you're starving, right? You're starving yourself. You're going to lose, you're going to lose all kind of stuff. Energy, muscle, right? So you're starving. And then, that's one of the things I first thought, fasting equals starving, right? Or, I was like, you got to be kidding me, right? This ain't going to work. So actually, you're not starving yourself because there is a feeding window. It's not just like fasting and you never eat. Okay, there's a feeding protocol. That's why it's intermittent fasting. It's not just fasting, right? So in a 24-hour period, depending on what version or protocol you're following, you're going to have a feeding window, and then you're going to have a fasting window. So you do eat in that window, okay? And, you've got to make sure, like any program, to get results, there's 1,000 ways to slice the egg. You got to get the right amount of the right stuff at the right time. And in this typical scenario, this topic we're talking about, that time is your feeding window. You got to get the right amount of the right stuff in your feeding window. And there's different ways to do it, okay? But just understand that you are eating every day. You're not starving yourself, okay? You are getting all your nutrients in, and that's where all the benefit lies between the fasting and taking in all the nutrients, okay? So it's not a starvation plan, okay? The next thing we're going to talk about, lack of energy, blood sugar. What happens with that? You don't eat all day or whatever, during your fasting window. Aren't your energy levels going to tank? Aren't you going to have low blood sugar? What if I already got, what if I'm diabetic or something? Well, obviously you check with your doctor before you would embark on any kind of fasting program. And a lot of medical people are kind of not spun up on intermittent fasting, so they don't understand it either. So they're going to say no, just because your typical response is going to be, yeah, your energy would tank. And, that's what I thought, right? Your energy is going to tank, blood sugar is going to be in the dumps. How are you going to do anything? You're going to crash and burn. But the reality is, when I did it, I had more energy than ever. I was fired up, okay? And, man, I was bouncing off the walls. And I was flabbergasted, like, how the heck does this happen? But because you are getting the nutrients in, and because, you're not starving yourself, your blood sugar is maintained and your body adapts to what you're doing to it, right? So once it makes that adaptation, your energy levels are maintained. I was knocking out workouts. Everything was fine. And I was eating big. And there was no energy crash. There was no blood sugar issues. I was fine all day long during my fasting period. And, it's totally not a thing, okay? Now, when you do it wrong, right? See, here's the thing, right? When you do it wrong and you're eating all haphazardly and you don't have a plan and you're not following a plan and there's nothing, that's going in some kind of schedule and you're just eating whenever, yeah, you're going to have energy crashes then because your body's not adapted to anything because you're not doing the same thing every day. You're running willy-nilly, winging a prayer, right? And that's why that kind of fasting, that, that shooting from the hip every day, I'm busy kind of stuff, that doesn't work. And that's why everybody has a problem, right? So when you do it right, you don't have energy crashes, you don't have low blood sugar, your blood sugar doesn't tap out, your hormones are actually maintained. And one of the primary benefits of the whole IF thing, regardless of which type you do, is that the hormone manipulation, the hormone regulation is amazing, okay? And yeah, it does kind of confuse you when you're a traditionalist, eating 3 meals a day, or a bodybuilder kind of thing where you're eating 6 to 8 meals a day every 3 hours. It kind of like, what? But it does work, okay? It does work. I did it. I had ridiculous results, and now I've been doing it ever since, okay? And that's why I'm bringing it to you, because you need to understand the simple facts about it. So there is no energy crash, there is no blood sugar tap outs when you do it right, okay? Because you aren't starving and you are getting your food in every day, okay? So the next thing, boom, lose muscle. What about, I'm trying to exercise, I don't want to lose all my lean body mass and put on more fat, but the IF program, regardless of the version you do, okay, it's about maintaining lean body mass while you're burning fat, you're getting lean, and you're keeping the muscle, right? I didn't have any problems with my workouts. I didn't lose lean body mass. I lost a lot of body fat. I got real lean. I kept hitting the workouts hard. I kept eating big. Everything was fine. And it really, really, without any really extra effort on the eating part, I wasn't doing crazy stuff. I was just eating when I was eating the right amount of the right stuff at the right time. And I was still working out. And I had a lot more time to do all kinds of stuff during the day. I was super productive because I had energy. And, yeah, I couldn't wait till that feeding period, came. And I made sure I got all my food in. So I didn't lose any muscle. And everybody I know that's done it and all the stuff that I've read on it, lean body mass loss is not an issue, okay, if you do it right. That's the key thing, though. You got to do it right. That means eating the right amount of the right stuff at the right time, okay? Because you're not starving yourself, see? Okay, and the last thing, number 5, how long do you do this fasting stuff? 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month? Is it a diet? Is it a 90-day plan? No. See, most IF programs are kind of like a lifestyle thing. You adapt this, you get into it. It takes a couple weeks to get rolling, for your body to adapt and for you to get used to it. And then you just keep doing it. You do it forever because it makes sense, especially if you're a busy person, okay? And it's not right for everybody. Some people, need the traditional stuff. Some people need the bodybuilder kind of stuff because all those regular things, everything will work. Any protocol will work if you do it right and you do it consistently. But the IF thing is great for busy people, which who isn't busy these days? I know I'm busy, but you're probably way busier than me. And like I said, if you're running out the door in the morning and you got kids and you got work and you got this and that, and you're having problems maintaining eating good balanced meals throughout the day, and you're skipping meals, and then this is something you want to look into, okay? So those are the 5 things. Just to recap, all right? What is it? It's a feeding protocol, You fast during this time, you eat during this time. Fasting and feeding, right? It's an organized protocol for that. The next thing, number 2, it's not starvation because you are eating the right amount of the right stuff at the right time, okay? Number 3, energy and blood sugar. You don't lose it as long as you're eating. If you're eating the right amount of the right stuff at the right time, you won't have any blood sugar or energy issues, for the most part. And of course, you're going to check with your doctor before you even thought about doing any of this, right? And then, of course, you're not going to lose lean body mass. Number 4, lean body mass is not an issue because you are eating, right? You are getting that food in. And your hormone adjustments, the hormone manipulation, and the hormone levels are going to support, getting in shape, burning fat, and building muscle, and changing how you look and feel, okay? With the energy levels ramped. And the last thing, it's not really a diet. It's more of a lifestyle program. This is something when you adapt it because your lifestyle right now, if you're super busy, and this sounds like it might be something to look into, you have a lifestyle. Now, if you're not where you want to be, then it's not the lifestyle that, you want to keep. So this is something you could put in there and it fits right into a busy person's program, especially if you work long hours and you got a long drive to get home and you got to run the kids, soccer practice, you got this, you got that, right? You're going to miss meals anyway. So you might as well do it deliberately and then eat during a deliberate time when it fits your schedule. See, that's the beauty of this. You can adjust it to fit your schedule and your life. So becoming a lifestyle habit is super easy. That's why I recommend it for certain people. Not for everybody, but it's a great thing. So if you think, this might be something to look into for you and you want more information, I've got this little handout that I made so you can actually just print it off and boom, start doing it, okay? It's a simple handout. It just tells you the 5 W's of who, what, where, when, and why about how to do it. When to eat, when to not eat, what to do. A simple handout. And if you want that and you like this, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and then click that link below in the description and that'll take you to so you can get that handout. Because this stuff could, really change your life and it could really help you. But of course, it's not for everybody and you got to check with your doctor first, right? But if you like that stuff and want more info on it, I'll get you that free handout. Go ahead and click that below and I'll come back with more info soon on intermittent fasting. This is Eric with Dempsey's Resolution Fitness. You have a great day and God bless you.